All right, hello and welcome back to Media Munchies. It's been a while since the last episode was June 8th for Take a Vacation Day. Yes, it's a holiday now, but today we're here to talk about something different. And I had several ideas. I was going to do a Pride episode. I was going to do something, but I was like, that's going to take a lot of effort. And then I wanted to do something that wasn't an album review, and all my ideas were album reviews. And then I got hit with a very good idea to watch a movie. A very, very good idea suggested by my good friend here.
Yay.
Because we're doing a double podcast.
Also, can I just say this could be a petition to make Scoob gay? Sorry for the spoiler. I'm sorry there was going to be a build-up. Oh my god.
You know what?
It's so bad.
There's not going to be a build-up because they're going to click on the episode knowing what we're talking about because it's on the cover and it's in the title of the episode. So don't worry about spoiling that. But I do like the idea, and people often portray the gang as gay. They say Velma and Daphne are together,
100%.
The usual.
Yeah.
Because we're saying today it is Logan
and Gauri.
So, yeah.
Back again.
Back on our stuff.
Our weed stuff.
Exactly. And we watched the movie Scoob.
Also, yes, we did. Might I just say that people are going to hate me because this was my introduction to Scoob, and then you showed me What's New Scooby-Doo. Well, I mean, I'd seen other versions of it, but What's New Scooby-Doo has like this classic recipe that I did not appreciate. So a lot of things, like I'm a baby. Like I'm like how I was baby gay. I'm baby Scoob. Okay.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. You're calling it Scoob?
Okay.
And
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. You had seen Scooby-Doo stuff before, but you didn't love it and adore it and know the formula as well as me. And this is what I want to say at the beginning of this. I am a Scooby-Doo fan. I'm a Scooby-Doo stan. And I showed you the old one. Remember the old one?
Yeah. Those were the ones that I watched.
Okay, yeah. And it's called Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? In the old format. And it's kind of more simple, straightforward, but it does have the same Scooby-Doo formula, which is there's a monster, they split up and look for clues, and then they set a trap, and then they catch the monster, they unmask the monster. That's the Scooby-Doo formula. Anyone who knows. And I feel like now I've introduced you to it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so now you know. And you can recognize that is not in Scoob. Spoiler alert, that is not in Scoob. And spoiler alert for the whole movie, by the way, because we're going to
weird fucking
pretty much
shit.
Yeah.
Like there was so much going on.
We're going to talk about it, but there was a lot going on in that movie, and it did not have the Scooby-Doo formula. And it did not have the Scooby-Doo original voice actors, which was
Zac Efron.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
It was very jarring to hear that.
Like, no.
And Gina Rodriguez was Velma. And I'm gonna just say, I'm not gonna
you can say
pop off, but I'm just gonna say it was interesting to say that they were like, okay, we need to make one of the main characters not white because it's 2020, am I right? Ha 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 ha. And they were all white men sitting in the director's chairs of this movie, and they were like, ha 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 ha, we need to appeal to the kids today. As soon as I saw that Velma was Latina, I was like, okay, and now there's going to be a background gay character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All those movies who are trying so hard to win points, like, ooh, look at us. We're trying to win points here, and they have a background gay character. It's like, no, if you were really trying, you would do something a little more. You would, I don't know the best way to show diversity in movies.
I still say representation, 100%.
Yeah.
But when it's like
the one character, you're like, I see what they were doing.
Yeah. I'd say.
And Gina Rodriguez also is racist, as I've heard. She just look it up. That's it.
Yeah. So that was very interesting. So I mean, especially like in this climate, you want to be careful with what you consume.
Yeah, but oh well, people don't know, and it's like people don't get canceled for certain. And anyways, This is a whole different topic. We were talking about the voice actors. They were different, and it was jarring to say the least, because you were like, oh, their voices sound weird.
Trying to imitate it though. That's why I felt bad, because they were. It was like you'd get actual people that would imitate it better.
Yeah, no, because there's been several voice actors, I think, for several different characters. Like Daphne, I think, has had multiple voice actors. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But
also
they
comics
just
that
did
imitate,
so
you
bad.
know?
Yeah, exactly.
Even that would have been better.
That's a good idea. Yeah, no, just like don't change the voices. It's classic. It hurts. And I sound like an old cynical Scooby-Doo fan who's only thinking about, oh, I need this to be perfect and no. When you hear Zac Efron voicing Fred, you will agree with me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, their voices as kids sounded weird too. Because Shaggy, like, the animation of Shaggy as a kid was weird, because he looked... I don't know.
Hey, I liked it. It was cute.
It was cute, but, like, the voices didn't match with the... it looked weird. When he was talking, it just looked like that his voice wasn't coming from... I was like, oh, his voice is really high-pitched and, like, kid-like, and he doesn't really look like a kid in front of my eyes. And, yeah, it wasn't the vibe, and it's okay. It's all right. I was like, okay, maybe I can look past that if the movie has a good plot. ... So, yeah. The animation was also kind of weird at first, but then I got used to the style, because it really wasn't the Scooby-Doo style. But I sort of got used to seeing these characters in this style, but I still don't like it. You know what I'm saying.
Okay, can I just say I don't agree with everything, because I don't have that much attachment, obviously.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the same for you seeing them in a different style. It didn't, jar you.
It didn't...
shake you to your core.
It didn't... No. Didn't do none of those things.
And that's...
Because that's the thing, when I watch shit, I don't, it's just shit that I consume.
You aren't Scooby-Doo to the day you die.
Yeah, no.
But if you saw, like, Tom and Jerry in a weird style, weird animation style, you'd be like, what is this?
They clearly were not classic. Clearly. Like, the ones, they were trying too hard to please. You're right.
It was weird. Yeah, so, okay, but we're going to go through the major plot points of the film and just talk about our feelings, because this is a therapy session for us to process what we saw the other night. So, first point, after they showed them as kids, right? Simon Cowell was there for some reason when they were teens, and he split up the gang. And it was like, what? First of all, why is Simon Cowell here? And why are they letting him tell you what to do? You know what I'm saying? When you rewatched it, did they explain that? Like, why was he there?
Because they wanted to invest in... They wanted to grow the Mystery Inc. business.
The business? And Simon Cowell's first advice was split up the gang? Like, you don't need Shaggy and Scooby? That's kind of depressing.
Yeah, and also...
Screw you, Simon Cowell.
Also, very apt description. Because as a One Direction fan...
Ooh. Ouch. Yeah. Simon Cowell was Simon Cowell. And later on, another character's like, Simon Cowell's not that bad. And then you're like, you know that character's like talking out of his ass, because he's saying, oh, at least Simon Cowell gave us Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, he gave us 1D, bitch. And also, we ain't defending him, so zip it. This character,
also,
boo. We'll talk about him later.
1 second.
Yeah?
I have to pop off because now you're popping off. I rewatched, and then I watched Fred rant about being an American man when I watched it the second time, and it was crazy.
When did he do this?
He did this when they were like driving. He's like, I'm an American man. And I'm like, is that what Do you think that even is an excuse?
Why don't I remember this?
Like, I was just like, why is this written so badly? Like, I get that this movie is produced in America. I get it. I mean, in the United States, because...
Yeah, America's a continent.
We are reclaiming...
Yeah.
How much... Like, I just noticed this. How much like them to take over the name of an entire continent.
Yes.
How
very true. The thing is, I don't remember that scene. And that sounds like a memorable scene because I know I would dislike it.
I was so mad when I saw that.
The thing is, there was so much going on in this movie that there was a lot to remember. Also, we were high. But besides the point...
Yeah.
Oops, I touched something. Okay, but there was a lot to remember in this movie. Because there was a lot going on. And that's the tea on that. So, that scene sounds horrible. I'm so sorry that you had to witness it again.
Again. Yeah. There were a lot of cringe moments. Like...
You got that right.
Mismatched miscreants. I was like, why?
Mismatch? No.
Yeah, they say mismatched miscreants.
And millennials?
Something like that. I'm not sure
don't know
about the millennials. But...
He says something about millennials, and I wish they had said...
I noticed this. The music is so bad. It's
yeah.
like they put zero effort into it.
Yeah.
Like, they could have used literally anything else. As comic in cartoons, they can use... Like, anything would be better than what we heard.
Oh, absolutely. I like in What's New Scooby-Doo where they play, like, a rock song for the chase scenes. And I'm pretty sure they had some kind of chase scene with the villain of the movie, who we'll get to in a second. But they had some sort of chase scene, and they had, like... I don't hate all current music, obviously. Hello. But it's just so reflective of the times, and it was trying so hard to be relatable to the kids. And it was like, this music sucks. It was bad. And...
It was trying too much. There was no... I just think it wasn't classic.
Yeah.
You know, you expect those comical sounds like ding ding ding.
Oh, like the sounds too.
Yeah, it was so bad. It's like they just like paid all the money for like
you
people
really
to
paid
dub,
attention to it.
And then I did. They just paid all the money to pay like the dubbing, and then they didn't try anything else.
That's sad.
Yeah, I think that's where the budget went. Like, this could have been done, like, so much better. Like, this is what happens when you try too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that was cringe that we briefly touched on was the amount of modern references. So they said millennials. They referenced hashtags. They even referenced Tinder. And it was like, oh my God.
And then Instagram posts.
Oh, yeah. Because Scooby posted on Instagram. Like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But anyways, so let's get to the plot. The basic plot, Simon Cowell breaks up the band, and then the gang. Gosh, I'm a mess today.
The band. That is the truth, though, isn't it?
What do you mean? They're not a band?
I'm talking about One Direction.
Oh my God. Oh, that's hurtful. Do you think Simon Cowell broke up one... Well, the pressure broke up one day.
Yeah, but who put the pressure, though?
Who put the pressure? Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Okay. It's fine. And then, so Shaggy and Scooby go off on their own, and then they run into this Falcon superhero that Shaggy likes because they get beamed up into something, and this... Yeah. And it's not actually it's so weird. The Falcon dude, it's not actually him. It's his son. And when he comes in, they play All I Do Is Win, Win, Win no matter what. And it was like...
Yeah.
The next point I want to make is about the villain who's introduced. And his name is Dick Dastardly. And you may be thinking, what's with that name?
It's a great name.
Why is it a drag king name, you might be thinking? And you may be thinking, this is a kid's movie. How many jokes could they make about it? And let me tell you. So it starts off subtle, right? It starts off subtle, and they're like, when they see him, they're like, it's Dastardly. And I'm like, haha, because they can't say, it's Dick, you know? And then there's the funniest scene ever. I did not think they were going to go there.
There's Scooby.
And credit for having them go there. So, basically, Dick Dastardly introduces himself to Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And Scooby-Doo, who says, ruh-roh, you know what I'm saying, is like, Rick? And then he's like, no, Dick. And he emphasizes it.
He
and
literally says, I am a dick. And I was like...
Does he say that?
He says that.
Oh my god.
I am a dick!
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
Clap
And he yells...
for self-awareness.
Look at this clap on there.
Sorry I'm high. I'm trying to enjoy this.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But basically...
Yeah, dick.
They went there, and he yelled Dick, and I could not, like, it was too funny. It was actually really funny, and so props to this movie for having some really funny jokes. And it was just funny how he said Rick, because, like,
Rick?
It was the obvious joke, and it, you know what? It did play off the, it was like an old-time Scooby-Doo thing, like, when you know Scooby-Doo, you know that he talks like ruh-roh, you know? It's classic Scooby-Doo in
also,
a weird,
like,
bizarre way. If you, like, try and wrap your head around it.
Also, even I knew.
Yeah, but, like, everyone knows that. So, they went for the obvious ones, but they didn't go for, like, the formula, whatever, which is, it's not even, I guess it's less obvious.
It's not just that. I think it was them being a tease that really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like... You went so close to getting the formula. You almost said the right things, but then you had to change it because you were stupid.
Yeah. And we'll talk more about this tease later. So, yeah. Dick Dastardly.
It was a lot of teasing, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I agree.
Because they were so close to nailing the right dialogues that, you know, the classic formula that I've also come to enjoy. Because it's kind of great.
And the thing is...
And there's something familiar about it.
Yeah.
That you're just craving it. And even I craved it. And then they
let you down. They let you down. Especially, well, when you saw it the second time after knowing the formula.
That and also, like... I knew that. Like, I used to watch, like, the older versions. But that also had...
You needed to be reminded, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I bet you hadn't seen it in a while.
Yeah, no.
Scooby-Doo, no.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but basically, like, the formula is missing, and the voice actors are missing, and the Scooby vibe is missing. And maybe I would forgive that. Maybe I would forgive it. They put them in a new situation, and the new situation was a good plot. However, there was just too much going on. And I'm just going to say this because as soon as they start talking about Scooby is the descendant of Alexander the Great's dog, I'm like, huh? What is going on? And there's another show that I haven't shown you because it's a bit controversial. It's called Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. It's a tiny bit more recent, but it's basically like it has a lot going on and it has things about like the ancestors similar to this. And I was like, oh, it's going in the direction of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. But it had all the things about Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated that were bad, as in too much going on, if I must repeat myself again. But it had nothing good, because Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, it does have the Scooby formula. So it lost me. Scoob lost me with this Alexander the Great plot point. And I love ancient Greece, and you'll see later, there's a Greek mythology thing, and I was like, it has the key to me liking this movie a bit more. But now I realize it was all for show. It was all also, masking.
What is the Mesozoic? Like, they try to go into this, they try to make it look like it was also, like, a dinosaur era.
I know. Why did they do that
Stone Age era. And I'm like, why are you why? Like, are you trying to make them travel through a time capsule? What was...
But I did not know why they did that.
Mesozoic era. Why are they doing that?
Because I got lost at some point. I was like, oh, suddenly they're in prehistoric times? What is going on? There's dinosaurs and this little caveman dude?
And then there's robots attacking these people?
Yeah.
Oh, remember when the bowling pins, like... Okay, I have to say, bowling puns, good. good job.
Oh yeah, when they went to the bowling alley.
Good job with the bowling puns.
I liked that.
At the end when they try to, whatever, we'll come back to that. Good job with the bowling puns. But other than that, like, what are the robots doing? What is the, like, oh my god.
There's robots and then there's like
too much going on. But
prehistoric times.
Yeah.
This is as confusing as we're making it out to be. This has to be, or else maybe we're just dumb.
No, I just think it's not. I like simple things. I like...
Yeah.
Because life is complicated. You know, when you watch something, you want it to be a little less complicated.
Well, I don't need it to spell it out for me. I just need it to, like, not have so... Like there's this and there's this.
It's not
and
even spelling it out to you in a good way, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even trying to... They're thinking they're making it easy for people, but it's really not. Because the plot line is just everywhere. Yeah. It's going everywhere, and it has no transition. It just... Like, 1 minute you're in one place, and the next you're somewhere else. So you're just like, what happened? Where is the transition? You know?
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm basically saying... There's this little caveman character, and I just have no idea where he came from. Where did he come from? And there was a gladiator
They just
scene?
found him when they landed on the,
prehistoric age? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this a world? A planet?
Wait, this was
Time
before
travel?
Prehistoric age, right? Because there was dragons and shit.
No, dinosaur dragons.
Sorry.
That is so funny.
I'm sorry, but
no,
yeah.
I'm thinking, well, prehistoric, I think,
my high brain.
is dinosaurs.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And I don't know why there were gladiators there, too. Like, wasn't gladiators a Roman thing? But anyways, there was this little caveman, and he fought them in this gladiator arena for this skull that I didn't know what it had to do with the plot.
Oh, it was the one that when the three of them came together in the place.
Oh, yeah, to unlock the underworld.
Yeah.
But this plot point was really hard for me to grasp. I don't know if I'm dumb. Once again, we might just be... No, but it was confusing.
Hi. But also there's too much going on.
Yeah. You know what was a good thing, though? It was kind of trippy to watch this while high. You know what I'm saying? You were like...
Also the whole superhero plot line.
Like, because your mind would get blown. Oh, yeah. It was basically... superhero Scooby and Shaggy met up with these superheroes, right? As we mentioned before.
That they adored when they were children.
To be honest, the whole movie felt more like a superhero movie and should have been more a superhero movie, and it would have made a bit more sense if it was. But it was like, why is Scooby-Doo... Like, I know they've met superheroes before. They've met, like, Batman.
Also, you know what I was really pissed off about?
Yeah.
The fact that, like, they have to discover, like, they have to unmask the villain by themselves, right? That's the whole thing. They use their brains. They do it by themselves.
Yeah.
It's the underdog winning without anybody's help.
But they use these like, superheroes.
Fucking, like, they're everywhere.
Because it was a supervillain who was the bad guy, not some person dressed up as a monster. You know that meme.
But he was still that bad.
The meme.
Like, he was just a little man at the end of the day. I know.
But he was also a supervillain, and there's more connotations when there's powers. The main point of Scooby-Doo, like, it's a running joke that Scooby-Doo is so deep because when you realize the real villains are the people, like, and that's the message of Scooby-Doo. Wow, right. Real villains are among us. The real monsters are among... Sorry.
Right.
I got it so wrong. I'm gonna link this meme with this podcast and I'll show you, but like that's the people joke about that, how it's so deep, but it's not actually that deep, that they're unmasking just humans. But the thing is, he was a supervillain. He had superpowers. That I know. His power
was just like making robots, wasn't it?
I know, but like he didn't feel human to me, and it's too bad. It's too bad that know.
Yes, definitely there is a power imbalance, but I would say it's just at the end of the day.
And they needed superheroes to help them, and it sucked.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be just them. Like, even if they just defeated him by themselves, like, I would have been fine.
Yeah, but
it would have been far-fetched. It would have been far-fetched, but I stand by it.
Yeah, but
because the underdog has to win.
The Falcon had to have a plot point. Because he was a character too. Yeah, like, they couldn't just introduce this one-dimensional character and have him, like, leave, like, fuck off completely. When he would, like, you know, they had to have him have a plot point. Which was, he was not as good as his father, and then he gained these powers. But
oh yeah, that was nice.
Who cared about the Falcon?
But that was nice. That was a
was
nice
it
moment.
nice?
That was a nice moment.
Why did you care about the Falcon's storyline?
'Cause I felt bad.
I just didn't care about anything. I had no attachment to even the gang. Actually, no.
Nice.
I had an attachment to Shaggy and Scooby.
Pressure.
It was kind of nice. Okay, you related for some reason, but his storyline, although it existed, it just seems so minor, you know, in the background.
100%.
And lame.
I'd rather, yeah, like I said, I'd rather not they exist, but we, like...
Yeah.
We get it, you needed the Air Force.
The Air Force. Okay, yeah. So basically, Dick Dastardly wanted to open the underworld because he wanted the treasure from the underworld, and he wanted, as well, to get his dog, who had gone into the underworld, but he wasn't the key.
And they don't show it. That's what I like. Like, they don't show it. Like, they don't show that he's actually caring.
Yeah, they don't until the very end.
Until the very end, you don't see that he actually was looking for his dog.
I know.
Which is kind of nice. Actually, I like that surprise.
Me too. It actually, the thing about this movie, it had some nice moments. It had relationship dynamics between Scooby and Shaggy that weren't, they were Scooby-Doo related. And this is, like, the only thing I liked. Because Scooby and Shaggy had a little bit of a fight, and then they got back together, and then they were like, we're happy.
Yeah.
We actually really like each other, and then we're back with the gang. And, yeah, it had nice moments. Like, the guy and his dog, right? You love that.
I love that. I don't notice a lot, like, in the movies that, you know, depict these, villains. They don't always have, like, a nice, like, it's never been, like, a nice soft blow.
Yeah.
Because they don't try to humanize them. But it was nice to see this because, like, you're like, aw. Like,
he got his dog back.
He got his dog back. Poor thing.
So, okay. It did have some positives.
Also, it's really nice that the dog is also slightly villainous. Just like it. I think it says a lot about people.
It was
and
kind
their
of
pets.
Oh, so true though. I love that.
Yeah. So I like that too. It was nice. Like, they got a lot of essential things right. I agree.
And then there was, like, a life lesson that was like, just because you need to grow doesn't mean you need to grow apart. And it was like, damn, friendship vibes. We did a bad high five and it scared the cat.
Well, that is the friendship vibe.
Yeah.
We're a little high right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing is, it also had some good jokes. And I just wanted to talk about, besides the dick jokes. Oh, actually, it had some good jokes and it had some really weird jokes. And I think the weirdest joke of this movie was when the robot dog got hacked. Like, Velma hacked the robot dog.
Yeah.
The Falcon's pet dog was a robot dog. Okay, just in case this whole movie is confusing, because me too, I relate to that. But the robot dog got hacked, and he was like, stay out of my search history. And it's like, what? What is the...
Oh, yeah, that was a joke that...
What was the implication of that? That the dog is watching porn? Like, think about it. Stay out of my search history. Who says that?
They even address that. Like, somebody calls it out.
Somebody says, what's in your search history?
Yeah.
Who says that?
I forget.
Aw, damn.
Oh, it's him. The Falcon.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't remember. I think I was too shook by just the original joke. Stay out of my search history. It was just weird. And you're like, it would be almost better if he was a human character, because this... It's weird.
Yeah.
A very funny moment. This is classic Scooby-Doo, which made me happy, made my heart happy. When Fred said Jinkies, legendary. I thought it was legendary. I think Velma should have said Jinkies as well. The fact that they I don't know. They didn't really
say it a lot.
Say their
That's
catchphrases,
the
and I think they should have done it a bit more.
That's what I mean. That's the tease.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
That's the tease. That has been the tease from the beginning.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off now. Can I please go off? Because I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Talk about the tease.
The tease. There have been so many teases. I can at least say for a fact that there have been 9 teases. Me as a baby Scoob person noticed the first time I watched it.
Wow.
The first time I watched it. So many teases because you're like, oh wait, this is definitely going to happen because this has happened before. Like,
yeah, this has happened in Scooby-Doo shows, movies, etc.
Repeatedly, right? And no, they don't do it. They keep teasing you until the end, where you're also like, okay, this of course will be exactly this phrase, and you're just like, oh wait, no.
And what is that phrase?
They changed that. They changed that goddamn phrase. Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I want you to say the phrase because we're at the end basically. So, spoiler alert, they catch the villain with the help of the hero. Oh, they have like a Greek mythology arc where the villain opens the portal.
Oh, and it was cute that
to
Shaggy volunteered to go. Okay, can I say it?
Yeah. So they have to close
cutie.
this portal to the underworld.
I would do that.
Because it's Alexander the Great's dog, and Alexander the Great, they had some sort of connection where they had to
do it together,
and somebody had to get stuck in the underworld on the other side, and it was weird. And then basically
it's nice. Shaggy kind of made up for being a dick.
Yeah, because he was kind of a dick to Scooby, I guess.
Yeah, I was definitely a dick to Scooby.
No, but Scooby sort of had it coming. I was like, hey, he called him out for having an ego. Because Scooby did take off his collar. Actually, Shaggy said he could.
Shaggy said he could. Don't get permission if you don't want it to happen. You know what I mean?
You know, but it still hurts sometimes after the fact. Oh God, now we're talking about
different things. Oh my God, this is so different. Of course it hurts. I know.
Moving on.
Moving on.
The fact is, like, I get it. I see both of their perspectives, and Shaggy sacrificed himself. And then obviously he lived.
But the thing is...
How did he live again?
Can I just say, the cry of Scooby...
Aww.
Shook me to my fucking core.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you got some things down.
It did make me feel things.
Like, I had goosebumps. Maybe just because it's a dog, okay? Maybe I just like animals, but that's a whole other thing.
How did Shaggy come back? Because I don't remember.
Shaggy came back because Scooby asks him to come back home. Because there was... Yeah,
That's like a plot hole. How does Shaggy escape the underworld?
Because, okay, so let me recall this. Spoiler alert. Velma basically analyzes this some more, saying that it can't be because, like, why would he... friendships that grow together, that's what it says, right?
Yeah.
In the clue. So, how would they grow separately? The whole lesson is to grow together and not... you know, grow apart, but to grow up together, right? So she's like, oh no, this can't be, there's something wrong. And then something pops up where, like,
I don't remember
basically he just says Scooby just says you promised that you'd never leave, and
so it's based on promises and wishes that make everything magically good in the end. So in other words, plot holes. I know it's a kids movie.
It's a kids movie, okay?
Maybe I shouldn't be so harsh on a kids movie.
Yeah.
But
why would you want to, like, make a
Scooby-Doo
sad
was a kids
ending?
show, and
Life
it was better.
Life is sad in itself. Let the movies be happy.
I know. Well, I'm glad they got Shaggy back. I just wish they could have explained it with some better
logics, yeah.
Like logics.
Like logics.
I feel like a nerd.
You are.
So...
You are a nerd.
The phrase that they didn't say was meddling kids. When they caught the bad guy at the end, they said miscreants or something?
Mismatched, miscreants, And something around there was another M word, but I don't know if it's millennials or I had something else in mind, but right now I'm too high to recollect that. But it was definitely not kids.
It was definitely not meddling kids.
Definitely not meddling kids.
It was just kind of dumb that they didn't say it. And I wish he had.
They could have just said kids, because, well, at the end of the day, they're that.
Yeah. And the thing is, they also teased us by having an unmasking scene. And they unmasked Dick Dastardly.
So happy.
Okay, they unmasked Dick Dastardly. It's done. It's done. It's been said. I can never go back. They unmasked Dick Dastardly.
Dick Dastardly. Bastardly. Sorry, that was a bad word.
And
cut that
it
out.
was Simon Cowell. And you're like, oh my god, Simon Cowell did it. And then they do a double unmask, which, I mean, they've done before. Like, they did it in Scooby-Doo 2. But they did
I watched that.
Really? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Monsters Unleashed?
Yeah.
I love that movie. Because it has all of their old monsters from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And it's actually good.
I like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That's the one that I used to watch.
Pop off. It even has the cotton candy glob.
Yay.
Classic monsters. But yeah, so then they do a double unmask, and it's actually just Dick Dastardly. And you're like, oh, this was kind of cool. Like, I was like, oh, cool, it's Simon Cowell. Haha, he's the bad guy. But then they unmask, and it's just the supervillain. And you're like, oh, like from 0 to 100 to 0 real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, damn. But
it was a tease.
Yeah.
And also, can I just say there was one more cringe thing at the end of the movie,
which was the dance party, and they were DJing, and
if anybody's been to an actual party, they know that DJs don't really bounce around like that. You don't have the fucking energy.
That's funny.
Okay? Like, what are you trying to sell to these kids? Is he hyped up on something?
It's such a classic, 2010s, 2000s, 2010s animated kids movie ending that it ends with a giant dance party. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, of course. But at the same time, it's kind of cringe. And
it's very cringe. But I'm glad they got to eat the sandwich.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Fred and the Mystery Machine. Oh my god.
Thank you. I reminded Logan, by the way.
Yeah. No, I read it.
Okay, fine.
And look, Fred avenging the Mystery Machine. So basically the Mystery Machine got destroyed. Do you want to tell it?
I really love that. That was the only thing I like about Fred. I think Fred's entire existence in this movie has been only for this one scene.
Yeah, the whole American thing. I don't even remember Daphne and Velma's existence, to be honest. What did they do in the movie? I know Shaggy and Scooby did a lot. That's kind of sad. Fred's existence was this one scene where the Mystery Machine gets destroyed, so he goes, I'm avenging her! And he has a cool Fred moment.
I just, it is true, okay? I get the attachment. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was one softening, the only thing that softened me towards Fred, I would say, is this one scene.
When anyone has passion for anything as much as Fred has passion for the Mystery Machine, you know they're doing something right.
Yes. I agree.
But even that turned sour, because in the end, Fred got a new Mystery Machine.
Also, it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
It honestly
looks like garbage.
Soap bar. I genuinely thought of a soap bar.
A bar of soap.
A bar of soap. That's all I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
It just is an ugly-looking modern car. And it's like, no, the Mystery Machine's supposed to be this old hippie van. What are you doing?
Right. Hippie van. You're so right.
And I really do sound like an old, cynical Scooby-Doo fan,
but also the entire thing about being
how
a
it's supposed to
Scooby-Doo
be.
fan
Yeah.
is being a hippie.
Yes.
100%.
Live it, love it, and good that we're doing Scooby-Doo on this podcast. Honestly, it fits with the theme. Can I say, does everything fit with the theme a bit? Well, we know Kenny's a stoner. So that was episode 2. 1D, are they stoners? Yes, the weed video. Well, Disjointed, obviously. Heartbreak Weather, Niall. No, he wasn't in the weed video. What's the connection
But
there?
that was weed consumption, so
during the podcast, yes.
Yes, so let's just say there is a connection there.
That's a horrible connection. Take a Vacation. I know John Walker loves weed, and I know Ryan Ross probably does too.
Yeah.
But like,
Come on.
John Walker like tweets about weed these days, and you're like, yeah, me too, bud. But anyways, and this connection is Shaggy and Scooby are stoners.
Yeah, because look at the amount of food they eat. Come on.
Yeah.
100%.
There was this one scene also in Scoob where Daphne was going to throw Scooby snacks for Cerberus, the three-headed dog from the underworld. And Scooby just ate them. And it was like, oh, of course.
And they don't even get mad. That is their friendship.
Yeah. No, I love that.
It. Like,
that's like...
It's just expected.
Just like I expected you to finish the...
Me.
No. I expected you to finish the ginger ale.
Yeah, Hey,
No, but I mean, before I was like, oh, the ginger ale's done, isn't it? You drank it already. And you were like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm surprised. We know each other.
That's
and
true.
I wasn't even mad. So you know what?
Yeah.
Scooby and Daphne. You're Daphne, though. Sometimes.
We alternate. I think we have very flexible personalities. It would be wrong to categorize us.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would say for most of the time I'm either a switch between, oh wow, I'm a switch. Kidding, I'm not. But
who would you be?
I'm like either Scooby or Daphne. Like there's literally nobody else.
I would say Shaggy and Velma is me.
Yeah.
The top two Scooby-Doo characters that are me. Shaggy and Velma combined.
I mean, you got the posture.
Oh, God.
Shaggy.
Are you looking at me right now, the way I'm sitting?
No, when you walk, though, you've got the... You remember
when I was walking back?
Yeah.
That was just because of Bruce Banner gas. This weed is so
maybe
strong.
That's just a stoner. Also, they reference this in the movie. Oh, this is the important part that I wanted to speak about.
Oh, yeah.
They reference this in the movie where they're like, Shaggy sounds like a middle-aged man's version of how a hippie sounds like.
Did they say that?
They say that. The girl in the bowling alley, good job. Bowling alley scene, great. Because of this one line.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well,
thank you for calling that out. Because he's like.
And he sounds like a middle-aged man hippie.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. Because I just said like.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Just maybe.
And it was a self-aware joke, and I sort of liked that.
I like self-aware jokes. It's fun. I like it when they call shit out in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think overall this movie had
so much potential, I would say.
Potential, obviously, and it had its good things, some funny jokes, good moments, but the plot mostly was nonsensical, and it had cringe.
Mostly, like, it was a big disappointment.
Wow. And did not have the Scooby-Doo formula and had way too much going on.
Also, if I hear anything about, like, it was so American. You know what? Like, not American.
Well, of course.
Sorry that I said American. It was so about the U.S.
Well, yeah.
Like, the Falcon and the references to America. The obvious choice, because you can't take the fucking eagle. You take something similar. Like, not to call it out. It's just very... Yeah. Scooby-Doo had, like, a more universal... Like, it was less about the...
Being from the States, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of had its weird moments.
It was cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
so, I think from what we said, you can probably tell that we believe the negatives outweigh the positives. Because we insulted this a lot. But there were some positives.
Of course.
Can I say that?
Of course.
And I might give it a 2 instead of a 2.5 because of my disappointment. My disappointment knocks off that half star, and
I would still give it a 3. You know?
What? How?
Energy and time. I value people's, like, it's somebody's vision at the end of the day.
It's somebody's vision. Yeah, but okay, just hold on. Think of this movie and think of The Witch's Ghost. We watched The Witch's Ghost the other night.
Don't
Good movie.
Compare that.
Yeah, think of that movie and think of The Witch's Ghost. The Witch's Ghost had a very straightforward plot. It had the formula.
You can't compare.
And it had some surprises. And so that was good, right? because it was like,
Well,
whoa,
it was
the witch.
not overcast and overdone, and there was not a big production about
Yeah.
it, and it was
Simple,
classic.
straightforward. Classic.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is not that.
Yeah, and so it should get way less stars. How much did...
I'm just very generous. You don't have to agree
How much
with
would
me.
the Witch's Ghost get?
That's a
4?
That's a full, yeah.
Like, I see where you're coming from, but I still think the gap is
Isn't
bigger.
5 the maximum star, or is it 4?
5 is the maximum.
Yeah, I would still give it 3. And then I would give The Witch's Ghost a 5.
That's fair.
It's just because it's a lot of effort and time. At the end of the day, like, I know shitty animation,
I base this on my opinion, not the effort and time.
Okay, I'm like that.
I'm brutal. I'm honest. I'll hurt people. No. Okay.
I'll hurt people.
I just want to say it from my heart, you know?
Yeah, and I get it.
And say how it really makes me feel.
Okay. Also, when you do research, it's like you're a bit more... I'm trying to say this in a nice... cynical?
Perhaps.
Just a bit more.
Yeah. But anyways.
I mean, you have the right to it because you've watched it way more than I have.
Yeah.
I get
Go
that.
watch... Okay. Here's what I have to say. Go watch The Witch's Ghost. Go watch What's New Scooby-Doo. Go watch Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, actually one of my favorite movies. And you can watch Scoob if you want, but don't set your expectations high. Go into it expecting fun and just
maybe
know...
30 minutes of good moments, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, if you're...
Although it was like an hour and a half, so... Yeah, maybe 30 minutes of good moments.
Like, that's the highest amount.
Maximum. 30 minutes maximum. But, yeah. I'm not recommending it, but I'm not recommending it. This is funny.
We're icky about this movie.
Icky about this.
We're icky about this movie.
Yeah. But we did... I don't know. We did have passionate feelings. Just, the movie made us feel something enough to make a podcast about it.
Yes.
So we're glad we watched it.
Yes.
In the end.
Yes.
And we're glad that you listened to this podcast
also,
episode.
this is our petition to make Scoob gay. Because you heard SpongeBob is gay now.
Yeah, but I feel like we should focus on gay issues that actually matter.
I know, but also I want this to be...
Well, I want to make the characters gay, like, in the show. SpongeBob isn't gay in the show. Like, he's not, like, kissing men in the show. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
But I want, like, Daphne and Velma to have a romance in one of the Scooby-Doo movies.
100%.
Or shows.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end. Bye. Just kidding. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yes.
We appreciate it. We're now on Spotify, so if you're listening on Spotify, shout out to you, because I'm really happy that I got it on Spotify. I had to go through...
yourself on the back.
Thank you. I had to go through a lot of podcasting, like, websites that were like, we'll do this for free. Just kidding, we won't do it for free. But then we got onto Spotify, and I'm glad that we were able to do this. So thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode on the movie Scoob. Please watch The Witch's Ghost. This is Logan.
And Gauri. And also watch the vampire ones, because they're great.
Oh, the Hex Girls. Oh, we love the Hex Girls. Okay, Hex Girls. Woo!
I was not psyched about it at all, but then I got really psyched. So, too. Please listen to the Hex Girls. They're amazing. They deserve to have an album of their own.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad we did mention the Hex Girls. But thank you for listening. This is Logan.
Gauri.
Signing off on Media Munchies.